Encouraged by how packed this room is here tonight. Thank you everybody for coming out to hear from the candidates, their platforms, and what they have to offer as it pertains to politics. My name is Jamie Milton. I'm running for U.S. Congress in Illinois District 14. And the reason I am running for office is because I have a belief that our freedoms tied to liberty and life and the pursuit of happiness are absolutely under attack. There is this thing called the American dream, which enables each one of us to have freedom, equality, and opportunity for every person in this nation, which unfortunately is rapidly diminishing. And it is my goal to put a stop to this. Some of my top issues are to support our state and local representatives as it pertains to election integrity. There are many holes in our process, such as mail-in ballots, the machines not being downloaded on a server, being connected to the internet, where our systems are extraordinarily vulnerable to cyber hacking and attack. And we certainly want to make sure that everyone's vote counts for the people that they want to vote for. So now at the federal level, I don't have any authority over that, but I certainly could support some of our state representatives to ensure that they have the tools that they need, that they have the support that they need to make sure that the state is protected as far as that's concerned. First and foremost, my number one goal is to protect our U.S. Constitution at all cost. You guys have seen over the last several years that this nation is operating as though we don't have a U.S. Constitution, and I won't stand for it. So our forefathers put in place a document that is actually the longest surviving constitution in the world today. And there's a reason why each and every one of us have the great pleasure to live under such a wonderful document that deserves protecting. And so between the U.S. Constitution and election integrity, we all know that there is an invasion that is happening at our borders. I am all for allowing opportunity of the nations around the world to take part in the freedoms that we all enjoy, but I am not for the invasion that is taking place at our borders. We absolutely have to complete the wall. We have to reinstate Title 42, and we have to reinstate e-verification in this state. I was sharing last night at a meet and greet. This is tragic to share this with each one of you, but little girls are being raped at our border right now. This is a very serious issue. And because our administration has not stood up for truth, we have actually partnered with, and what we're essentially saying is that we are okay with the humanitarian violations that are happening down at our border. We know that the cartel has announced to 140 nations around the world that our borders are open, and they're issuing a price tag on what it's going to take to traffic people over that border. We know that there are known terrorists that have been caught coming across the border, and we obviously know about the fentanyl issue that's taking place. Somebody said to me, what are your top issues? I feel like I have a deck of cards that I'm shuffling on a daily basis to communicate what is the top issue of the day. This nation is absolutely hemorrhaging issues, and there is no shortage of issues that needs our dire attention. I'm not running for politics because I think this is a fun thing to do. I feel that this nation is under attack from just about every area and facet of society imaginable. And I truly believe that if we don't have good Americans stepping up to the plate to protect every facet of society, we're going to lose this nation as we know it. I am very concerned about the future generations to come, and I consider it my duty to stand up and be part of that solution. The other issue that I would bring to your attention is the fiscal issue. Obviously, our government does not know how to properly manage a budget like you and I do at home on a daily basis. It is absurd that we have $23 trillion in debt in this nation, and the solution is very simple. When we look at the U.S. Constitution and see what our forefathers had intended for the scope of responsibility when it comes to our federal government, it is obvious that there are many programs that are in existence today that are simply not constitutional, starting with the Department of Education. And so my goal is to dismantle such programs, which would essentially bring those tax dollars back to the state and back to our pockets. One of the things that I'm working on right now is looking at if we were to dismantle every federal program in existence today that is not supported by our Constitution, are we able to get away with a 10% flat tax, federal I'm referring to? Bring those dollars back to the state, and let's get the communities involved in how they want their money spent and get synergy between community and local officials in the state. So those are the top issues. Obviously, we've got energy issues. We want to be independent as a nation. We do not want to be dependent on nations like China. The Green New Deal requires 95% of our components coming from China. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel really safe and secure in putting my hope in a nation that absolutely hates our nation. And so, again, I just want to thank every candidate that is stepping up to the plate in this season. I feel firm in my stance that this is the most important primary election in possible U.S. history with the things that we are dealing with today. It is important that we choose wisely and that we support those whose values are in alignment with ours. And so I would be honored to have gained your support as I go to Washington to fight for our children, for our grandchildren, and for America, the nation that we love as we know it. So again, my name is Jamie Milton. I am running for U.S. Congress in District 14, and thank you for your time.